Hello and welcome to the tip of the week. Today I'm going to talk about the importance of being able to sit in the hot seat in regards to transforming group dynamics. And I know that even just the terminology could be triggering from some folks. Who wants to sit in the hot seat? It doesn't feel like it would be a very comfortable or positive place to be. However, the one who occupies the hot seat in a group has the potential to transform a group in a big way. And often it's leaders who find themselves in the hot seat. So the way that we occupy that role is so very important. If we are put in a position of occupying the role and we find ourselves in the hot seat, it really is our job at that point to open up the lines of communication by receiving and inviting feedback from the people that we work with and that potentially work for us, and to demonstrate a willingness to be influenced by them. And what that really means is when we're in the hot seat, it is an opportunity for us to listen carefully to the feedback that is coming, to ask clarifying questions to help us understand what the messages being sent to us are. And to ensure that people are feeling heard and feeling understood. If there is high levels of conflict in a group, this is one way to de-escalate the conflict, is by having those people in positions of authority sit in the hot seat and take feedback without becoming defensive. It can de-escalate long-standing conflicts, as well as create understanding and empower people in the group to find their voice with people in positions of authority. That's such an important thing, especially in our communities, where people can't find their voice, especially with people in positions of authority. They will resort to behaviors such as gossiping and retaliation outside of the room if they don't feel like they can find their voice in a really direct way. So advice to leaders who find themselves in that position: important to self-manage, take a deep breath, allow yourself to be in that position, and invite the feedback and try your best not to take it personal, but stay open and indicate understanding and ask questions where you need to ask. But it's really your job to collect the information and to ensure that people are feeling understood and are feeling heard. The other thing that I want to highlight here is that it's okay to ask that feedback be given in a kind or in a gentle manner. Now, if tensions are high and it's a really hot topic, people may become emotional. Feedback may be given in a messy way, but the more you listen and the more you endure sitting in the hot seat, the situation will de-escalate and people will begin to calm down a little bit as they begin to feel heard and understood. But that in itself is a process. So you may have to endure a period of being in a position that is uncomfortable. However, before you go into a feedback conversation, before you find yourself in that position of being in the hot seat, it's okay to design with the group or with the people that you're working with. Talk about the way we want to give each other feedback, and how the commitment we have to each other around doing that. Because one of the things leaders feel like they have targets on them sometimes, and that they're being attacked. And we really want to develop people's capacity to give feedback in a non-toxic manner, where there's not all these character assassinations, because then we just start to feel defensive, and it doesn't create any clarity or understanding. In fact, it can entrench the conflict even deeper. So just notice where you are or are not willing to sit in the hot seat, and how long you're able to endure the vulnerability of taking feedback. And for some of you, and for some people, leaders especially, this may be a completely new thing for you. So you want to go slow with it and pace it. But if there is conflict in your system and people are holding back, and people are not communicating with you in the way, you're not getting the information from people that you want, chances are you might have to sit in the hot seat and take a little bit of feedback. Have a great week.